To start off, you're going to need to have this printed. Probably printed in 2 colors. I like to do the PLA wood in the dark brown and the light tan. I can't remember their actual names. And then I printed the handle parts in the same color as the logo. I just think it looks good. These are just fresh off the bed. And again, these pieces here are printed with the bearings already inside of it. So they are printed in, which means the only way to get those out is you have to cut this open, which I don't recommend doing. All right, what are the other tools we're gonna need? Well, here's the hardware we're gonna need. We're gonna need the 400 millimeter rod, and I've got the link to Amazon where you can get that. You can buy these in packs. I suggest getting several of these at a time. I've got my 2 acorn nuts here. I've got 2 of these nuts with the sort of flanged underneath area. I can't remember what they're called. I've got metal washers, and then I've printed out different size plastic spacers. They're kind of like washers, but I made 4 different sizes so you can adjust this as you go to make sure you get enough tolerance for this to spin correctly. Next, I've got my tools. All I'm gonna need are these 2 pliers and a measuring tape, and that's all we're gonna need. So we are ready to go. Let's assemble. First thing we wanna do, of course, is inspect to make sure that this was printed correctly and that you don't have too many artifacts. If you do, you might want to reprint it. This does take a while. Again, this is 30% infill. You get to decide how much infill you want. There is a small little artifact there, but I'm going to end up sanding mine eventually, so I'm not worried about this too much. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start with putting the rod in. Okay. And now we're going to take the 2 nuts, the 2 normal nuts that are flanged are at the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and put those on. You don't need a washer. In fact, I don't recommend putting a washer between these nuts and, did I just say these nuts? And the rolling pin. You just want to get it on there. In fact, that little kind of edge there is going to help secure this rolling pin even further, and it wouldn't do that if you used a washer. All right, so the goal here is to try to make sure that this side of the rod and this side of the rod are about the same length. You want to try to get that as exactly as you can. So I'm going to measure that out. That was about 67, and that's about 71. So too much on this side, so we need to go back a little bit. Just get it really close. It doesn't have to be absolutely correct. That's what these spacers are going to be for. We're going to compensate any of the inaccuracy with the spacers. This is where you're going to use the 2 pliers, and you're just going to turn it gently, and you just want to tighten it up. You don't need to over torque it, but just get it really nice and tight. And then I recommend measuring it one more time. So we've got that. This is good to go. Of course, the shaft here, this rod is going to be absolutely, it's going to roll with the pin. The handles are going to roll separately from the pin. So this rod does not roll inside of this like the old design I had. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a spacer in here. And this is where we're going to experiment a little bit. I'm going to start with the biggest spacer first, and I'm going to put that in. Then we're going to put a washer on top of that. The washer is going to help things glide smoothly inside the handle. Then you're going to put one of the handles on, and it's going to cover up that. And this is where you want to push all the way in and see if it still spins. You should have a tiny, tiny gap between the bottom of this handle and where it's positioned against the side of the roller. So it should spin without rubbing. If it's not, you can pull it out and use a different spacer there. But that one's actually dead on. So and now we're going to choose this one and slide this over. And that's pretty good too. This one side has a teeny tiny more gap in it, but it's really minimal, and I'm not worried about it. Next, we're going to put the nut on. Now, you can put a washer on, you can put a spacer on. What we got to do is we got to get our acorn nut fastened on this steel rod so that it's tight against the steel rod. That's because it has a cap on the other end of this nut. It's going to be tight and it's not going to move. So the handle needs to have very little play between the roller body and the nut there. So I'm going to probably use a little spacer. So I'm going to, I think it's going to be one of these. Again, yours is going to vary a little bit. That's why I recommend printing out different versions of it. But you don't want this nut tight against that spacer. You just want it to float. That's just too much. So we're going to pull that off. And let's use another spacer. This one's a little wider. Now remember, when I tighten this with 2 wrenches, it's going to go tighten even more than my hand can do it. So I don't want to get it too much, but I think I still might have a little play there left. So now it's preventing this from rolling very well. So that extra spacer was just too much. So we're just going to pull that back off. And I guess I could have made even a thinner one than that, but I think this is going to be perfect. Now that's perfect. That might actually inhibit it once I start tightening it. So let's find out. I'm going to now take the 2 pliers and we are going to tighten this up. And they're both spinning quite nicely. This one is extremely perfect. Very, very little tolerance. This one has the tiniest bit of tolerance in there, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's so minimal. If I'm happy with everything, I'm going to give it one more tighten, squeeze. Make sure I'm still good. Beautiful. Those should spin freely. And now we're going to put on the lids for these. And the seam should get very, very flush with this because I designed these on the same print before I created the threading in Fusion 360 where I designed this. There might be a little bit of an edge or a lip there on one side. If so, this is very easy to sand off. It's not a big deal at all. You don't have to sand it off, but if it bothers you, you can sand it off. So I'm going to show you what that's going to look like in a little bit. And these are just going to tighten by hand. You don't want to use pliers. Those seams should line up as long as you didn't move anything from the print profile when you downloaded this. And now this really rolls well. It's very strong. I could push really hard into dough and it would be just fine, and it spins beautifully. The label is all very legible and it's not interfering with the handle, and we're good to go. And that's it. That's how you put this thing together. Of course, there is a little bit of seams and layer lines and stuff, and so I'm going to end up sanding this, but again, you don't have to. Just make sure you clean it after you've used it so that bacteria doesn't build up inside of it. And before you use it, always clean it again. Do not put this in the dishwasher. PLA, if you use PLA, which I recommend PLA or PETG, will melt a little bit, especially PLA. It's got a low melting point, and your dishwasher can melt this. So just wipe it by hand, just like you would a wooden rolling pin. Clean it by hand, soap and water, and you should be just fine. I am going to sand mine so it's even less porous, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, I have sanded this with some rough sandpaper, about 150, and then I went over it with 220. I could have done it to death, but I didn't. I think I did it. It's smooth enough. I'm happy with it. There's tiny little lines in it, but I think it's going to be just fine. But you can tell that the color has changed. It's much ashier, especially in the handles and that dark wood. And that's where this butcher block conditioner comes in. So I've got a clean rag here. This is one of those microfiber rags that don't, the lint doesn't come off of it, which is great. And we're just going to apply it liberally. The other thing is if ever you're worried about too much bacteria or flour or anything getting in there, you can always take this thing apart. None of it's glued. I don't recommend gluing the handles because you may need to take it apart, fix something, or just clean it better, you know, keep it real clean. All right, there is my rolling pin. It is done. It is finalized. It's flippin' gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I might put another coat on this after it dries and really absorbs into this, especially on the handles. But otherwise, we're good to go. Enjoy.